Well, hello, my beautiful Sagittarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-July right through to mid-August 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, you may notice an absence of the Gaia chimes. Some of the collective, mentioned that although I cleanse your reading before I even start your reading, they felt the Gaia chimes took a little bit too long. So I thought I would trial some readings without the Gaia chimes just to see how it goes. Personally, I'll miss them, but let me know if you would prefer them or not, and I'll reinstate them, of course, but I just thought I'd try it out just to see how it goes. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Sagittarians? What do they need to know regarding their love life at this time? Can you please show them the way? Who are they aligning with in the future? What is to come regarding their love situation at this present moment and the aligned future they are with at this moment in time? So the first card there is the Rider. Now I'm getting your overarching energy, okay? And then I'll go into a Celtic cross to do a little bit of a deeper dive for the next coming weeks regarding love and who you're meeting and what's going on there. But the first card, being the Rider, indicates action. Some of you are either booking something or have booked something, but the Rider, it indicates that there is someone new entering your sphere, okay? It tends to mean, a new addition to your social circle or to, some sort of environment there. We've also got the Whip, okay? Now, the Whip can indicate you being a little bit stricter with yourself and your boundaries. It can also indicate that you have had a previous experience regarding love that broke your heart. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love if you've gone through an experience where you were let down in a relationship or, your needs were not met in a relationship. But your first card, and I can see your last card, this indicates that you are going to find security in a relationship. So if you have trust issues or if you've, gone through something that was very challenging when it comes to love, and some of you may not have had a love experience and may have really been very independent your whole life and have been questioning, why has love not come towards you? And I feel like you've had a specific mission to focus on, a true calling as it were, but I do see that you will settle down in your future and build a life with someone who basically will love you in the way that you hope to be loved. But your first card there is the Rider, okay? Now, the Rider indicates your protagonist energy, which is you taking action, going out there, booking things that are interesting, exciting. Maybe after a long period there with that tree in the resistance position, this can indicate some of you have not been prioritizing love or wanting to settle down. Doesn't mean that you don't want love. It just means you have alternative responsibilities there. Some of you, this is family responsibilities that you have there. And it can indicate that you're trying to bring things into perspective and find more balance in your life so that you can ground yourself and create space for love. I mean, the tree often represents, some sort of family repetitive cycle. So it can be that you are literally breaking generational cycles at this time. And that's something that is very challenging. But the Rider tells me that you will be pushing on through this and moving past this at this time. Now, this card, it can indicate that you are not just booking things, but going places. So this means a quick change or spontaneous event that perhaps you will go to in the next coming weeks. It could be something that arises like in the next day or so. I'll have to go to the Celtic Cross just to see the details there. But it could be some sort of impromptu kind of decision to either go off traveling by yourself or perhaps an event comes up that you're like, yep, I want to do that. It's happening right now or the next day. But ultimately, I feel this is an opportunity for you to get moving because this also can indicate an alignment with a visitor coming to visit you. So for some of you, this could be a friend from overseas, or it could be someone you haven't seen for a long time that you're actually going to visit. And then shortly afterwards, I feel this is when you meet a person, a new person that you are meant to be with on a soul level, okay? So this could be like a signpost as to the events in your current circumstances. So it could be family coming from overseas, or it could be that, you know, you're going to visit family to a place perhaps that you used to frequent. But I do see that there is movement and improvement on your soul journey when it comes to your love life. We have that 9 there. Okay, now this is the Hermit energy, which means you are prioritizing your own needs at this time. I mean, we do have number 1, so that does indicate that you're focused on your sense of purpose. That is, you know, a very strong energy of basically, you know, prioritizing your own needs and kind of like visualizing the future you kind of want. But I also feel it's important to visualize a sort of relationship you want. You know, we can have really lofty goals when it comes to career or lifestyle choices, but sometimes we don't visualize a sort of partner we want to be with. So it's very important to see the sort of person you want to be with. Imagine taking a vacation with that person, you know, having dinner with that person, really having an intimate conversation with that person, really see what they look like. And this is going to be very high on your manifestation vibration, and you are actually going to get someone come into your energetic sphere who is very close to what you visualize, is what I'm being given there. So I mean, number 9 is, as I mentioned, the Hermit, which means a lot of you have withdrawn from love. You feel very like exhausted by the whole dating scene. It's just not for you at this time. It feels oversaturated, people not aligning with your truth, but also, you know, I feel a lot of you are connecting to people who either have had a lot of baggage, or whenever it is you kind of peek outside to see if there's anyone aligning with who you are and what you want in a relationship, there's no one who has that spark, okay? So that 9 tells me that you've been focused on your priorities and also your personal development path. You're on a journey of self-discovery. You're letting go. You're seeking deeper meaning, greater authenticity in relationships. And this is where your grounding comes in, because this can indicate that you've been going through a period of personal development there. And the tree indicates that some of you, it feels like your life has been uprooted in some way, because, you know, this card, it is in the resistance position at first. So you've been dealing with a lot of change, a lot of like spontaneous events transforming. I feel a lot of you are so fed up with change. You are desiring a little bit more groundedness or trying to find your roots. Some of you are even trying to kind of feel your way to what feels like home. This could be a place. This could be just a feeling. A lot of you could be relocating or thinking about that at this time, or even being more nomadic in your like day-to-day life is what I'm being given there. But I feel when you meet a person, you will plant roots with that person. You will settle down. So I feel, you know, it's important to recognize number 5 is the Hierophant, which is all about marriage, a soul contract. It's a traditional relationship where, you know, you take that journey of love and life together. You walk into maturity together. You settle down until the very end. And of course, the 7 there indicates transformation and movement forward, overcoming obstacles. That is the Chariot energy, which means some of you, because, you know, it's almost like I'm being given this energy that you've been laying dormant and you withdrew from love. And this could be because something hurt in the past. The whip can indicate some sort of conflict, or you're being stricter with your boundaries. You're really being very precise and discerning about the company that you keep. You're in a period right now of taking care of house, as it were. You're decluttering body, mind, and soul. You are getting your house in order, as it were, before you can open your space to another. But I am being given a song with this card. I mean, it is number 11, which is a soul path number. That's also the Justice energy, which means some sort of lifestyle adjustments that you've been going through. And that's been exhausting, of course. But I feel there is this energy here of breaking down your walls, as it were, after a long period of time. I'll just give you this song that's coming through. It's a very interesting song, very soulful song there. You know, I don't think it's ever come up in a reading before, but I'm just going to give you what I can hear. And it's, you see, there's always some way back. Don't close the doors to hide your heart. You know it can't keep beating in the dark. Lift your head up. break down your walls. I think it said that at the end. It went a little bit cloudy there, so I think it said that. Now, this song, I did come across this song a couple of months ago. I think it's from maybe a couple of years ago, actually, 2019, 2020, I'm not sure. But it's by a band called Hollow Coves, if my memory serves me well. Maybe that's wrong, I'm not sure. But I'll check it when I finish this reading. But this song, you may hear this song over the next coming weeks or months out of the blue. It may even like suddenly play on your playlist, or someone drives past you and they're playing it in their car. This is symbolic. When you hear this song, this is an indication that you're very close to meeting your soulmate, is what my guides are giving me right now. But also I feel it is instrumental really to this card, because the whip is to keep people at arm's length. So I feel there is this energy, especially with the house. Some of you have been either hiding yourself away, and it doesn't mean that you have been literally hiding. It can be that you have been in hermit mode. This is the time to embrace the light, allow yourself to be seen. You can be on a very spiritual path, but very insular. So it can be that love has been kept at a distance because, you know, you've been going through so many changes, body, mind, and soul, and you're trying to adapt. And it's been hard. But also, if you've been hurt in the past by a previous relationship, some of you may feel this need to be free, to make sure that, you know, you do not repeat a cycle, because a lot of that's coming out in your reading. But the outcome energy is the house. So this is to find security in relationships. This is to settle down. A lot of you may be noticing, as I mentioned, a pattern, a family lineage pattern that you're promising yourself that you will not emulate, or that you will not repeat. So it can be that you are trying to break through this. I feel like a lot of you have broken through this, but I want you to be aware this is not to hold you back from relationships in the future. I feel you will settle down. Number 4 is taking ownership of your happiness. It is basically saying that you deserve to be loved because you are lovable. And, you know, in the future, there is an energy of someone coming on in. You'll be hesitant at first, I feel. You may even be a little bit shy at first, is what I'm being given. But this is a soulmate coming on in, and the house indicates that you will settle down. You know, the tree represents that grounding, but also planting roots with a person that will grow into something really special. This person will literally join your family lineage if you want to get married. That's your prerogative. Not everybody does want that. But I feel like there's some lifestyle changes that are still to come for you, where you're coming out of a comfort zone and, you know, maybe being a bit stricter as to the amount of time you spend in your home. So if you are someone who is housebound, or someone who actually just loves spending time at home, perhaps avenues to explore are online dating apps, things like that. A lot of you are like, no, don't want to do that because the rider is there. So it can be that you're going to an event or you're booking something. I feel this energy of leaving your house, okay? And maybe this is in nature as well, where you're getting to. So this could be something like going camping or festivals, or just going on a trek, or doing something outside or outdoorsy is what I'm being given here. So that's your overarching energy. Let's see the details a little bit more there. I mean, of course, if you want to try online dating, I do see here that you're very discerning about the information you give, and I feel that you'll meet someone who aligns with you, but I also see distance, so it'll be like intermittent moments of visiting each other physically, but you'll do a lot of online chatting and seeing each other on like video calls and things like that. But a lot of you, I see you like leaving your house in order to go to some sort of event. Okay, so let's get to your Celtic cross to see what's going on there. We have the Queen of Swords. That is your starting position. So I'm not surprised that that song came up, because Queen of Swords is someone who's been through some stuff, right? And is kind of very discerning about the company that she keeps. It is almost like very strict, okay? Queen of Swords is someone who's been hurt in the past, But also, for some of you, it could be that you've separated from someone or divorced. For some of you, not all of you, of course, but I feel there is this recalibration going on. I mean, for some of you, this could also be that you've had to have a boundary or keep people at arm's length because you have so many responsibilities and you didn't want to get involved in a relationship. It's like, yeah, you put love on hold for a little while because you have something else you need to sort out. A lot of you, it can be just life. It doesn't have to be that it's based on a previous experience. It can be that life is turbulent right now, trying to find security and, you know, grounding in life in general is hard right now. The world has turned into a little bit of a crazy place. I mean, it's always been a little bit crazy, but it feels like the last couple of years it got completely turned upside down. And you have the hangman there, which is to feel like things have been turned upside down. And a lot of you may have sacrificed certain things in order to prioritize things that are really serious. I feel looking at your cards, the Whip and the House, very serious cards, especially with the Hierophant there and the High Priestess. You're very thoughtful about what it is you really want to connect to at this time. And I feel it's important to recognize that you've been going through a big journey. And you had to honor that. So you've been put on pause on purpose. But you shall love and you shall be loved. Because I'm looking at the cards here. Yeah. I'm looking at the cards here. You're going from a Queen of Swords, which is very much, if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Queen of Swords, she has the Sword of Truth, okay? And also has one hand extended to, like, listen to what someone has to say, but it's like you have your space over there. Don't come too close. There is a barrier with the Queen of Swords, but then you're going to the Queen of Wands, which means that song is so relevant. You know, the Queen of Wands is all about stepping into the light. You're actually someone who gets a lot of attention. You're someone who's very sensual, magnetic, passionate. You have a lot of gravitas, a lot of power. You know, you're called to embrace your inspiration at this time and do fun things for yourself. And the Queen of Wands will be seen. You know, the Queen of Wands is someone who is very outgoing, charming, intelligent, you know, fun-loving, popular, and that's you. But this is about you kind of like deeply reflective of all the aspects of you, as it were. I feel something changed where you feel you're different somehow. And you're trying to rediscover that spark or find your way back to yourself, find your way home to self, as it were. And I feel like, you know, that's absolutely what's going to happen for you. The Five of Pentacles in the hope and fear position, which has just arrived there for you, tells me that some of you either have been abandoned in a relationship or you've been struggling to find someone who really resonates with you. But your reading is highlighting love coming on in. It's all over your reading right now. And I'm excited to do this reading for you because, you know, the earthly plane position, we have the Two of Cups. You shall be loved. There is an energy here of a high level commitment coming on in. You know, it is opposing, which is something that I'm really excited about here because we just mentioned it, the Hierophant. Okay, this is your potential position. The Hierophant is all about marriage. It's about traditional relationships. And of course, your outcome card is the Knight of Cups. You know, so there is going to be a romantic frisson, an attraction between you and someone. The universe is inviting you to follow your passions, live your truth, and there is a romantic encounter on your path. So this is a time to enjoy pleasure. Easier said than done, I know. But the Queen of Swords is your starting position. So this means right now you're deep in thought. You're making some lifestyle changes, setting healthy boundaries. And this can be across the board with your friendships. It can be with your family. It's setting an intention. You're being more organized. I feel like you're having clarity of purpose right now. You're focused on that true life's mission. And as you can see here, this beautiful dove, it's like you come in peace, but you're learning to articulate your needs from a healthy space. So you may have felt in the past that someone took your kindness for weakness, or someone misunderstood you in some way, and now you're making sure that there is no misunderstanding. You are you, and that is your superpower. But a lot of you, this card can be that you're in the planning stages of something. So as I said here, I feel some of you are thinking about things that you are passionate about, things that bring you joy. things that perhaps you want to connect to. And for some of you, there's two queens here. So this can be you and a person going and doing something. It could be your friend, could be a family member, sibling, parent. It could be, a neighbor. It feels like you and a person, could be your best buddy, going to somewhere or doing something that is exciting. And it could be like impromptu because the rider is there, but I feel this is something where you decide whether you want to go to it or not. And at first, it feels very much like there's something that either you've booked already or that you're about to book, and it feels on the day very kind of like impromptu. And what I mean by that is that you may have like said yes to something, and then later on it gets organized, and then as it approaches, you're like, I'm not sure if I really want to go to this. And then suddenly you change your mind and go, you know what, I'm going to go. Very spontaneous. And this is a place where you will meet a person who really sparks your interest, and vice versa, okay? Now, what's crossing you? We have the High Priestess. So this can indicate that your life right now, it's like you're in review. You feel like you have one foot in your old self and one foot in the new life that you are forging for yourself, as it were. And that can feel very discombobulating. It's a period of withdrawal and silence in order to work out what it is that you want in life. And of course, connect to your higher self. This is where your spiritual gifts will be developed on a deeper level. But a lot of you, this is you not talking to anybody, not reaching out. This is a period of solitude. But also, this can indicate there's a fluctuation between moments of having faith that you're going to find the love of your life, and then moments where you're like, you know what, it's never going to happen. So why should I even bother trying? So I feel a lot of you, you're trying to find the balance in that. And also, I feel like you're learning more about yourself. You're allowing your projects as well to kind of take up a lot of space, with your thoughts there. But I feel like you've weathered some challenging times, and you're still standing because you're a very strong person. And a lot of you have gone through this period where your life has either been completely turned upside down. I mean, the Hangman can indicate that you've been waiting a long time for love. And the wait is over because the Hangman is in the past, which is very exciting. On the earthly plane position, we have that Two of Cups energy, which means you are attracting a person who is offering a reciprocal relationship, someone who understands you, someone who is loving and kind. And what I can see with this, it's so interesting. It kind of resonates, I guess. I'm seeing two matchstick figures holding a heart. They're opposing each other, okay? They're holding a heart in between each other, okay? So this could be like a graffiti art on the wall that you'll see, or it could be like a card. I'm just seeing it right now as an image, but I'm being given by my guides that this image can be seen anywhere. So look out for two matchstick figures who are clearly in love, okay? And they're holding a heart between them. So when you see this, this is also an indication that you're about to meet the person of your dreams. And, it is a wish. We got a Nine of Cups here. So I'm so excited about your reading. This doesn't often happen. And, we have that stork energy with these two birds here, which means you've waited a long time for this love. And the universe has literally saved the best for last for you. And if you think about the nature of a stork, it waits, it watches, it's diligent, and it's vigilant. And, it's often watching for a fish, and symbolically fishes represent abundance. There's always like a fish that pops out on a page of cups, which indicates the dream of love becomes the reality. So, the Two of Cups highlights you're going to be meeting a person, and I feel that, you won't be single for long, let's put it that way, or you certainly won't be waiting for long is what I see with that Hangman energy. Even though it's been a very sparse environment, I feel like there is going to be a period where suddenly, hope turns into belief, and then it turns into reality. And with that Hierophant energy, the potential of settling down with this person in the future is very high. Depends on what kind of relationship you want, but the Hierophant indicates that you've learned a lot about yourself and your needs in a relationship, and therefore you're creating space for a person who aligns with your life philosophy. This card can indicate, someone who's very spiritual, someone who does want marriage or wants to settle down, but of course it's all about balance. So I feel like you are going to meet a person who's very supportive, but also you're aligning with someone who shares what you desire for your future, because otherwise the universe will be sending you someone who misaligns with you on purpose in order to to teach you lessons. Whenever we meet someone that we are attracted to, but either it's toxic or it, lets us down in some way, that is an indication that there are differences that were there in order to teach you a lesson. A hard lesson, and we don't ask for those lessons, but we came here to evolve, and of course we learn from those. So I feel like you're in a period of learning about self, and you are wishing for a specific kind of relationship. So be very clear about what it is that you want. That's what that Queen of Swords is there about, being clear in your intentions, recognizing what sort of person you want, what like traits. I was going to say ingredients, but it's like a to-do list. It's not really a to-do list. It's more like a traits list, the sort of things that you would like in a person, and you can tick those boxes when you meet this person, because I feel with the Nine of Cups energy, this is a wish fulfilled, okay? But it's interesting because when I'm touching this card, people ask me, why do I rub the cards? I get energy. It's just like a medium, who touches items of clothing. They get energy and images and, information. So when I do that, I get alternative information. I already know the meanings of the cards, because I've been doing this for a very long time and the gift has been passed down from generations. But, I get extra information by touching it. And what I'm being given by this card, which normally means, a wish fulfilled, and of course it does mean that in this instant, I'm being given the energy of follow the star. Follow the star. So either some of you are going to a gig to watch someone singing, maybe that's the star, or perhaps it is to follow your passions, follow your inspiration. Following the star is, to wish for something and go after it. So whatever you're called to do after this period of reflection, now you're actually following the star. And I feel this is whatever it is you're wishing for, the universe reflects back to you what it is you want and delivers it on the earthly plane. But your advice to yourself in this moment, is the Three of Swords. It's a struggle. It's hard to meet the person that you're meant to be with. In a sea of billions of people, you're in a period of stillness right now. All the water that is showing up in your reading is very still. Okay, and in stillness, wisdom is delivered. But this Three of Swords can indicate not only is it a struggle to find the right person, the universe says, let me take care of that. You just show the vision to me of what it is you want, and I will reflect back to you what it is that you desire and deliver it to you in divine timing. But the Three of Swords can indicate a lot of you are looking at things in your life that hurt you or cause you pain. People not showing up for you, for example, or you detoxifying. I feel a lot of you are being stricter with your own personal health as well, heart health in particular. A lot of you may be focused on that at this time. The Three of Swords can also indicate that not only have you been going through some sort of heartbreak, there could be fear here of not being aligned to find love. It's almost like you're very independent. The Queen of Swords is very self-sufficient. You want love, but at the same time, you're like, I'm all good. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So I feel there is an energy here of moments of loneliness or of disappointment in the way that things have gone right now. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there and so much love. But I also feel a lot of you with this Three of Swords, you're kind of sorting out problems, or you're sorting out things that you've had to deal with over the last couple of years that were not to do with love, okay? Because I feel with the cards that you've got, they're very practical. Queen of Swords, High Priestess, Hierophant, very practical. So I feel a lot of you have been focusing on priorities or responsibilities at this time, and it's hard to create space. But space will be created because you are aligning with this person. Now, the circumstances outside of yourself, we have the Queen of Wands. You naturally shine. Whether you know it or not, you do. You can't be anybody else. You can't even be you in the past or you in the future. You are you right now, and that literally is your superpower. There is someone out there who loves you, the unique you, okay? So this is about embracing who you are in this moment, shining your beautiful light, getting out there and doing things that bring you joy, okay? The Queen of Wands actually attracts a lot of attention, and you're going to notice in the next coming weeks, people giving you the side eye, doing a double take, there's going to be a lot more friendly people talking to you as well. So I really get this energy that this is about you spending time in groups or in popular events, as it were, because the Queen of Wands is very collaborative. So it could be that you're thinking about doing something in the community, or you're going to a place where there's lots of people. You're doing something for you. Doesn't have to be that you're joining a group of people. It could be, for some of you with that rider, you're like booking a vacation. And it can be that there's just a lot of people on this vacation. And perhaps you're booking, you know, when you go on a vacation, you can book like a tour to something. It can be that there's people on a tour that you gel with, for example. So I'm just giving you examples. Could also be that you're really interested in sports and you're going to watch a game of something or an event, and you know, you're mingling with people. Suddenly you strike up conversations. This card indicates that you are a magnet and you are attracting not just love, but friendships and vibrations of people and fun and joy. And you know, this is a card of excitement. You know, this is also an indication you know your worth, okay? So I feel you are stepping from, you know, basically in the shadows into the light, just literally like that song, okay? Now, we have the Five of Pentacles here, and this is the hope and a fear position. So as you can see, this very sparse environment, and the tree is bare. So it can indicate that you've either dealt with a relationship where, you know, it really broke down and left you shattered into a million little pieces, and you're really trying to find your way back to self. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there. It is a process, you know, it will be different for everybody. I've been through a very challenging experience many, many years ago, and it took me years to get over it as well. So it will take as long as it takes. Just trust the process and go easy on your beautiful self, because everybody's different. Some people get over it quite quickly. Some people don't. So honor who you are. But also this can indicate that a lot of you have peeked outside to see if there's anyone out there, and it's slim pickings, right? And you're like, nope, there's no one out there, so I'm not going to put any of my energy into this because it's a cold, dark, lonely place in the dating world. So you're like, no, okay? But what I love about this card, the Five of Pentacles, it is red in this position in the reverse as well. So where there is no opportunities, suddenly hope returns. There is opportunity. Have faith. You know, you'll meet someone out of the blue when you're least expecting it. But also, I feel a lot of you may have felt very empty or bereft recently, or you may have felt that things that you used to do just don't hit in the same way, and you're trying to rediscover self. Because to get the Hierophant and the High Priestess, these two cards are very cerebral, and this is you doing a lot of soul searching at this time. So you may be feeling that as you mature, things are different. You know, it's like been there, done that, got the t-shirt, like what's next? So a lot of you could be feeling a little bit kind of like sad or like longing for something alternative, that spark, something that really excites you. You will discover it. That's why you're being given this message of follow the star, because it leads straight into this Knight of Cups. Now, of course, when you deal with this card on a very foundational level, this means doing something that you love that will flourish and bring you joy. But also it means that it will put you in the path to meet someone who gets you, who really sees you, where you feel an attraction. And I feel this person, they're very guarded as well. You know, this knight is literally completely suited there in armor, and it's like you haven't given up on love, but I feel the person you're about to meet as well has been through some challenging experiences and really respects love. You know, this person is not going to mess you about, is not going to be very wishy-washy, inconsistent, and leave you with questions. This person will be certain, okay? And I feel this will grow into very, like, deep soul connection is what I'm seeing there. And you will settle down with this person. What else am I getting with this card? I'm getting romance your life a little bit more. Easier said than done. I completely know that. But I'm getting this person really admiring you from afar at first. There's going to be lots of glances across a room or across a festival or across a, you know, field or a garden party, whatever it is, because I feel a lot of you are going to meet this person outdoors is what I'm being given here. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of like catching each other's eye to the point where at one point, both of you are going to laugh like, oh my gosh, I caught you again, you know, and both of you are like, okay, we need to explore this a little bit more. It's definitely in their eyes with this person, okay? Now, outdoors doesn't mean you're going to a festival or, you know, booking something outdoors. It can be that you're traveling somewhere, maybe traveling to work or traveling to the grocery store, maybe on, 'cause I'm just feeling more though that it's a bit long distance or a little bit further afield than your usual parameters is what I'm seeing. So it could be like if you're taking a coach or a bus or a train, you know, but I'm just feeling more than anything, you meet this person outdoors. We've got spy. Ooh, okay. So this can indicate that some of you either have a crush on someone already. I'm going to pull some cards if you already have a crush on somebody and see where it goes, because we do have that Two of Cups there, which is the earthly plane position. So if you do have a crush on somebody, the Hangman can indicate you've been holding back. The Hierophant, for some of you, this person could be in a relationship. So I feel like you're not going to explore this any further looking at the energy. But also, I feel for some of you, if you have been going through a separation, or, you know, you've been brokenhearted by somebody, I feel like this person has a lot of regret, but also I feel like they still check up on you, this person. I'm not sure why, because emotionally they're not available to offer you the love that you truly deserve and desire. So let me just pull some cards. I just want to see a little bit more. Oh, I'm loving that. I'm loving it so much. Interesting. I was kind of seeing like a similar image, but I didn't call it, so I won't, you know, go further with it. But I did kind of see this image earlier, so I would say I was really drawn to it. I would say look out for an image like this as well. I mean, it is a heart in a nest, and I keep talking about like the storks. They'll be nesting, and you know, it's like they're holding a heart. Matchstick people. I mean, actually, I said matchstick people holding a heart, and you've got two like couples that are literally matches. I just realized that. So yeah, look out for it. I feel it's very important. You know, that's literally the way that the cards popped out there. So yeah, maybe this is you seeing this image. Maybe this image, the matchstick figures with a heart, holding a heart in the center, is something you're going to see on your cell phone. It doesn't have to be on a wall or on a sticker or a poster. It could be something you're going to see online. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's interesting. But let me just pull a quick card on that spy, okay? So this can be online dating, for example, and some of you may decide to go on there, but I just feel like you are kind of like, a lot of you are not interested in it. For some of you that are, I feel like there will be like a distance between you, but this could indicate that you're dealing with a connection where there are so many differences that something fizzles out and you're looking for security. Like I mentioned, number 4, security. This literally is the card of security in a relationship, settling down with a person, and you have that spark with someone. Okay, so let me just pull a card on the spy card. Tell me about the spy card. Who's spying on my beautiful Sagittarians? Is there someone who already has a crush? Or is it Sagittarius who has a crush? Can you show me? The Judgment. The 8 of Swords. Okay, so for those of you who have an ex, you know, the 8 of Swords can indicate someone's feeling very stuck, very much in regret. It was a very difficult situation. They felt trapped with their emotions. They restricted themselves. They held themselves back. Okay, maybe paranoia or jealousy is what I'm being given. The Judgment card can be a card of second chances. So for some of you, this person could try to reach out, but looking at the energy, I feel like you feel there's too many differences. I feel like you're not wanting to reignite that. Okay, also with the spy and the differences, some of you may have checked online regarding online dating, and you've been like, it feels like a judgment looking at someone's picture and going, no, yes. You know, it's like shopping for humans. So some people love it, some people don't. I don't particularly get on with technology in general. I'm trying to learn, but, you know, I'm an old soul and all of this technology is like too much. But, you know, I prefer face-to-face conversations, calling people. I know that's still technology, but calling people up on the phone, seeing them face-to-face, writing letters, all of those things. So, but if you are someone who is tech savvy and you love online dating, for example, I feel like, you know, some of you may have found it really hard to find anyone. With that 8 of Swords, it's like you can't see anybody. There's just nobody right now. And the Judgment card tells me a lot of you are focused on your sense of purpose. So I feel the spy energy. I mean, if you have a crush on somebody, how do they feel about you, my beautiful Sagittarians? If you already have a crush on somebody who is not taken, let me see how they feel about you. We have the King of Pentacles, okay? They'd be pretty serious about you. Oh gosh, we got the same card come out, Eight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So it would be a secure relationship, but the Eight of Swords can indicate somehow you can't see that happening. Or maybe, like, the King of Pentacles is to invest in a relationship. They'd be fully invested. Four of Pentacles, you'd settle down with this person. They'd create a very secure environment. But the Eight of Swords, I would say, is let them come to you, okay? But, you know, highlight to them that you're open for the connection. We do have that differences, so if you explore it, it could be that actually you discover that perhaps, you know, there are too many differences. I feel a lot of you, this is connected to heartbreak that you've already experienced, though, because I feel more than anything that you're going to meet a person, or you're actually going to find that your crush really has feelings for you, but you're going to allow this person to come to you. The Eight of Swords indicates you're not moving. You're not doing anything at this time. You're rooted to the spot, and you're just like, at this moment in time, feeling like you can't see it happening, but it will happen. But they will come to you, okay, in divine timing. And for the rest of you who are not crushing on anybody, I mean, this is a secure relationship. A lot of you may even meet a person where you have to let someone down first, or, you know, you start talking to someone and think, oh, this is nice. Oh, okay, maybe not. So it could be that you do let someone down there at first, and then you meet the one. But the majority of you, I feel this is you getting over something and now creating space for the right love to come on in. Ooh, okay. So we have, very interesting, this popped out. We have the bat, okay? So the bat obviously can indicate that, you know, you have been completely drained when it comes to your love life. Perhaps you felt that someone really just, you know, completely exhausted you and broke you down, or was toxic in some way. For some of you, this could be once bitten, twice shy. But I also get like a random energy from this, like someone either inviting you out, or like, it's almost like the bat signal, you know, when someone helps you out. Someone aligns you with someone, or says, oh, I got this great friend, or I've got this. I'm not seeing you being set up, that's the thing, but I'm getting that energy from the bat there. So it could be like maybe you feeling the universe needs to help you get through this period because you're feeling really stuck. But, you know, the rocket indicates coming out of your comfort zone, okay, leaving your usual parameters to explore the unknown. And we also have that peace symbol as well. So creating peace of mind, no drama in your life. But also I feel this could be relevant. You could see this sign at an event. You know, this can be peace in love after toxicity. If you've experienced someone who was very challenging or broke you down in a relationship, I feel like you're not going to repeat a cycle. You're going to meet a person who is completely open to love, and it's a very supportive relationship, okay? Also, I'm just being shown someone opening up an umbrella and putting it over a person who's wearing a T saying Sagittarius. So interesting. Either this new person, if it's raining, is going to offer you their umbrella, or symbolically the umbrella means protection, you know, from sadness, that, you know, you will be loved and you will love again. That's what I feel from your reading. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Sagittarians. Thank you so much, and love and light.